actually. A little Matthew McConaughey this morning. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest podcast. I think it's been 1 week off?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks since our last episode. Been an amazing time last week at the Matthias event. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that on the side. But buckle up, because today we've got a jam-packed episode already. And Vince, you came in hot this morning. Coffee, energy, drink. Or is it just the Burlington Construction adrenaline?
No, honestly, it's the Richie LePine adrenaline. The man is on fire. He capped with us just recently, so he's 100% commission, and he's dropping a new listing right here in Burlington. That's basically a cheat code for summer buyers.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, we actually had to have extra fans installed for Richie. He's so hot. So, real estate wise, your looks, ladies, that's up to you. Anyway, yeah, he's out there speed running real estate like it's a video game and doing a great job.
Yeah, and he's winning at it, so it's awesome. So let's kick it off with Richie's new listing on Weiler Road in Burlington. This thing is going to move fast.
Okay.
I'm calling it now. It's, I think it's priced well, great location. Yeah, it's going to be a great listing.
It's quite the teaser there.
It is.
And size-wise, over 1,800 square feet. It's a ranch, walking distance to Browns Lake. You basically just described the house everyone asked us for, basically.
Yeah, and showings start tomorrow, July 21st. So if you're listening to this episode anywhere near that date, you better move quick. It's right now in delayed status.
Just realized July's moving rather quick. I thought it was like around the 15th for some reason.
Yeah,
but
it's almost over.
That's where I'm at. Anyway, because Richie is capped, which means he gets 100% of his commission on his business. That's a huge milestone for him, a great achievement. Just over halfway through the year, basically. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, and it's the moment we stop worrying about splits and start thinking about growth. And Richie earned it. He's been grinding this year.
Yeah. So if you wanted more information, just call Richie directly at 262-716-5374. He will get you the information before things disappear.
And trust me, it will. The other kudos to Richie is, I don't know if anybody knew this, he's on the Aqueduct ski team, and they took second in state this weekend.
Oh, I forget he's on that because he does the Ironman and different things. Yeah. I forget he's on the ski team.
Yeah.
We should go support him sometime, but I don't think we've ever done that.
The wife did the same thing yesterday.
Oh, Amy?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
All right. We mentioned kind of construction. So speaking of the Burlington Construction, if you haven't driven through in a couple weeks, it could be a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, a good surprise. We're about 2 weeks away from completion of phase one, which is, it's moving along. It's amazing when you're not here for a week and you come back and you're like, oh crap, there's a road there now. This is awesome.
Yeah, so, I'm looking forward. It's kind of crazy that just a few months ago, basically, right across the street from our office, near Fred's, that block, that whole block, looked like just one big orange cone, basically. It's kind of made to be cool because then when that section's done, the next 2 blocks down get shifted to the construction. And I think it'll take a little bit of ease of traffic through here. So I think it was smart they did that first.
Yeah.
Which is really good. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. So if you have any to see it, there's Vince will go over more, but there's gonna be some shutdown here coming. Yeah. Starting today, actually, right?
Yeah, I think half the time forgot what normal traffic flow looks like around here.
Yeah, well, my GPS still thinks it's 1997 when it was still one way.
Yeah, but here's the update. Phase one wrapping up in about 2 weeks. Phase two starting July 31st, supposed to run through September 30th, covering Pine Street from Chestnut to Jefferson. Okay. So hopefully that goes just as quick and stays on task.
Yeah, check out the Experience Burlington. Also, Andrea Brewer's the Alderman. She's got the map because it's a major shutdown for 2 weeks while they just do the completing projects. So little extra shutdown for 2 weeks, but in 2 weeks it's going to look finished and amazing till they shift down 2 more blocks to the other section, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge for walkability, traffic flow, businesses. And honestly, just the vibe of the whole downtown area.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it's going to look like sidewalks are wider in certain areas. Parking's different. Flow will be a little bit different. So I think it's a change. It's a nice, refreshed, clean look that Burlington it needed. And I like the color they did with the sidewalks, by the way, side note. I was when I first saw it, I was like, it's not your standard like.
It's chocolate. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
it's chocolate.
It's a chocolate color. I drove by the first time like, I drove by like the second and like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And it kind of ties into some of the buildings a little bit.
It does.
I don't know. We'll see.
It does.
Anyway,
I'll tell you what, yeah, what my kids said it looked like. All right, let's get a little dirty. Let's talk numbers. Because first half of 2026 is complete versus 2025 tells a real interesting story for Southeast Wisconsin.
yeah. Basically, we're going to be focusing these numbers on Walworth, Racine, and Kenosha counties. That's pretty much the heartbeat of our market. It's the central part of our market. I know we've down in Illinois a little bit, up towards Milwaukee and some of those other northern counties, but this is the bloodline. So I think that's where the vast majority of our small audience pays attention to.
Yeah, and it's and what we're talking about is strictly single families here. So this is single family homes where 90% of our buyers are falling, right? We have a little bit in commercial, a little bit in condos, vacant lots, but 90% of our business is single family business.
Yeah, so let's talk 2026 stats to date. Average sold price is $440,000.
To date, to June 30th.
Excuse me, June 3rd. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to.
Just over 443,000. That's up from 416,000 or almost 417,000 from a year ago. You can do the math and the difference there.
Yeah. And today's 443 that they're selling for about 1% below list price versus 3% below list price last year.
So that's actually a little bit of an uptick in what we call a seller's market, as it was starting to shift towards maybe a buyer or what I would call I like to call it a neutral market. It's my favorite market. It's a neutral market, but it is what it is. Days on market is down slightly from a year ago, 42 days compared to 45 days.
And that just tells us what units are moving a little bit quicker. Lenders are getting their job done. We're getting through inspections.
Yeah.
People really aren't waiting, and people are pricing it right?
Yeah,
that's huge.
And there are, as far as again, this is just single family, 779 active units on the market right now.
Yep.
I think that is also up from last year, but I don't know how much.
It's hard to say because when you look back, there's not as many active.
Right.
Yeah. So
the number to pay attention to is the sold last year, 1,938. We'll see how that kind of flows.
2010 to June 30th sold. So we're up on units sold even.
Yeah.
So price went up. Average price compared to list, right? Or sold price to list price is down to just below 1%. Days on market are down. So we're still moving.
Yeah.
And when you look at the numbers on price increase from this year to last year at this time, it's about a 6% growth, which is pretty good. We say a good steady growth for our market is 5 to 7%.
Yeah, and again, you got to talk like historical averages, non-seller market, kind of more of those neutral markets. Typical average is around 1 to 3%. So above that, but I think we're not at an unhealthy up around 10, 15, 20%, which we went through, 2, 3, 4 years ago. So I think it's not as healthy as it should be, but it's getting there as far as like that neutral market, the best of both worlds type of scenarios.
It really is a strong game, especially considering the national slowdown. We'll get into what it looks like nationally for us.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like with all of our growth here in the Midwest, commercial businesses, big corporations coming into the I-94 corridor, I think we're still going to see a lot of growth over the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, I think that's what keep mentioning the growth percentage of just over 6%. I think that's where everyone's going to keep us there.
Yep.
We've got still that influx that we've had for a decades plus solid now. The Illinois buyers coming up, and then the commercial and just industry, just businesses in general that have come into Wisconsin, Amazon, the U lines, and different things that have either come or grown, Microsoft, things like that. So I think that's going to keep us in that range. But I like to see it. It wasn't a huge increase, but that 1938 to 2010, that's 72 more units sold year over year.
Yeah.
Homes sold.
It tells us
that's a good sign.
Still demand, didn't just stay steady, it grew.
Exactly.
Compared to other areas.
Exactly.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So let's talk about comparisons to the rest of the state. This is where I think it kind of gets fun. I like looking at it. The Wisconsin versus the rest of the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. Because while we grew 6.28%, almost between 6 and 6.5%, the rest of the US did not do that.
No, the South and the West grew less than 1%, which is really, that's not any really growth at all.
No, it's very, very flat. Meanwhile, the Northeast, East Coast grew almost 4%. I think the number was like 3.89 or something crazy. So it grew a little bit. It grew more of that normal that Brad was talking about before, 1 to 3%, but not tremendously like we did here in the Midwest.
Okay. As far as Southeast was concerned, we're definitely outperforming everybody, right?
It's crazy, and that's why people keep moving here. You get affordability, stability, and appreciation all at once.
I think your first time home buyers, trust me, we feel you.
Yeah.
They may argue that comment about affordability, but nationally speaking, comparison wise, Wisconsin's still very affordable compared to other states, large cities.
I
And
should have
things like
thrown that in there. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Like you look for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath house in California, you're gonna pay $750,000. Here, you might get it for 200.
Right. It's interesting. Like I remember when I was buying my first home in West Dallas back in 2001, and I remember a buddy of mine was buying his first home. Very similar homes, Cape Cod, 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath homes. I got my house for $103,000. At the time in California, that home cost him, and he was around the LA area.
Okay.
That home cost him to buy $350,000, so triple
Yeah.
what I paid. So, and that's probably only continue if you look at the comparisons from what you just said, 200 versus 700. It's basically triple.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that's why people are just moving to the Midwest.
Yeah. Plus our lakes, trails, small town charm, and that ability where you can get a lot of really bigger cities, active places. Madison, less than an hour and a half. Milwaukee, downtown, less than an hour. Chicago, good traffic. You can get down to Chicago, hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, those are a lot of really fun places. And of course, we've got our local Chicago vacation winter wonderland or summer wonderland with Geneva, 10 to 15 minutes away.
Plus, we have cheese curds.
We do have cheese curds. That is a good point.
So, fun fact: Walworth County continues to be one of the most consistent markets in the state.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? Racine County, it's kind of a sleeper. Every year, it surprises people.
Yeah, and Kenosha is basically the bridge between Illinois and Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
It's the getaway drug for people fleeing the Chicago taxes.
Yeah. Try Wisconsin once, you'll probably never go back. Let's say it's similar to that. I'm trying to think. Never mind.
We should put that on a billboard. I think that'd be awesome. Try Wisconsin once, you'll never go back.
I like
their logo. Yeah, their logo and stuff.
All right.
Sponsored by the Eagle Homes team.
If anybody has any billboard spots available, give us a call. Maybe interested, apparently.
Yeah. So, all right, that's a wrap on today's episode. Big shout out to Richie. Huge milestone, great listing, and a ton of momentum coming into that, the second half of the year.
Yeah. And if you want to see that Weiler Road Ranch, again, call Richie 262-716-5374. Don't wait. Like Ben said, ranch homes, Burlington, hot. This thing will move. And especially because it is priced right.
Yeah, Burlington Construction almost done. Phase 2 coming. Market strong. Southeast Wisconsin outperforming the nation.
Yep.
A lot of great things.
And we'll be back next week with more updates, more stories, probably a few more jokes so you can judge whether they're good or not.
We'll see you next week. I'm Vince Duvall.
And I'm Brad.
And thanks again for listening to the Eagles Nest podcast.
Have a good one.
Bye.